Hey, so I saw something last night that got me thinking, and I'm gonna let y'all. We're gonna review this clip right quick. We're gonna watch the clip right quick, and then I'm gonna let you know what I think. Let me hit play.
It was a great moment. We're not taking nothing away from that. From like '06 through '08, let's say '09, a great run, an all-time run. But at the same time, when they were screaming about the bars, it was the great rap depression. In the dead ball era of rap, he shined. As soon as the real niggas came back outside, we don't want to listen to Wayne. Then he put these albums out, and Carter 4 trash, Carter 5 trash, Carter 6 trash. They was lying about some of the mixtapes too. It's okay.
Hey, I like one of them
I
Collie
don't know about
Groves.
the
One of the Collie Groves I like.
Hey,
This is too much for me to process
One of the
right
TI.
now.
I think the first one.
But let me pray on it. Let me
Carter
pray.
was a great moment. We not.
Okay, so bruh pretty much said Lil Wayne is overrated. Like, so basically, from I gotta go look. But from a certain time period, right? From he said the Carter 4, Carter 5, Carter 6 trash. He said all those are trash. Carter 6, it's trash. Carter 6 is definitely trash. I don't know. I kind of agree with me personally. Lil Wayne is not my favorite rapper. I'm from the South. I'm from Atlanta, but Lil Wayne ain't my favorite rapper of all time. So of all time right now, it's gonna be if I had to do my top 5, right? For me, it's Kendrick, Jay-Z, Nas. Surprisingly, nobody have him in their top 5, but for me, DMX. I like DMX. DMX is actually underneath all the aggression and all the aggressive music, he is a poetic rapper. And also, if I had to pick number 5 that I will listen to a lot more, it will probably be because it's he's not he. I'll say he's old school for me. Because I already said what Jay-Z, Nas, and because it wouldn't be Biggie, it wouldn't be Tupac. I'll put them lower on my list just because I don't listen to them frequently. Because their music is dark. I can't, especially Biggie Smalls. But number 5, I guess technically it ain't old school if I grew up with him. But for me, it'll probably be Jeezy. And that just for me, I like Jeezy. I grew up on Jeezy in Atlanta. Jeezy has just some great producers behind the tracks, and he just has a sound that I like, and it's just easy and it's palatable when I just want to feel a vibe. I want to feel the boss vibe. But yeah, just my top 5 or whatnot, right? But I wouldn't put Lil Wayne up there, and I would say for me, he's not necessary. I think other people overrate him. I think for people to really put him number 1 on their list, I'm gonna have to question. Why, right? Granted, yes, Lil Wayne he can rap. That especially I heard like not too long ago, probably last year. No, it was the year before last, so it was a while ago. John Baptiste. He did a song with John Baptiste. And I'm like, where was this Lil Wayne in? Where was this Lil Wayne? The last dedication that came out, I like that one. I like that dedication. But over the year, like he has a long track record of just being hit and miss. So I don't necessarily disagree with old dude. I don't. I can't sit here and be like, nah, he hating. I think he got a valid point, like for his perspective, because if you listen to the rest, if you listen to go back and listen to the video, listen to the rest of the podcast, and I'm gonna link the other podcast that he's on in the description below. But basically, he was saying what nobody like, I guess that good for people to be like Lil Wayne should be rated high, which is valid, but I don't know because technically I will put Kanye over Lil Wayne. Kanye, now we find out he ain't writing stuff, right? So just off of production quality, that is Kanye, right? But Lil Wayne, so what he has a lot of songs. He has, his work ethic can't be matched. I mean, unless you talking about Prince. I mean, that's we talking about Prince and Michael Jackson, so that's a different story. But his taste or what he decides to put out, that's questionable. That's very questionable. And even when he did the rock album, I was in high school when he did that rock album. I was feeling a few songs, but I wasn't feeling like the total amount of discography. And then let's not get started on the recent events on TikTok. If you haven't been on TikTok, it's people just going off about pretty much all the Young Money songs that came out. We talking about Every Girl. We talking about Bedrock, all them songs. How people just going back to the lyrics. I'm like, this not it. These lyrics ain't it. So they're going back and saying that, and I'm like, I agree. Although one of them lyrics, I'm like, no, I that makes sense. But the rest of the lyrics, I'm like, I understand. Like, it was so simple. It was fire because the production was fire, the beat was fire, the song was actually good, the choruses were good. But other than that, it was like, it was a lot left to be desired. But I don't know. I'm not gonna say Lil Wayne can't rap. He could definitely rap. But what the dude was talking about in the other video, like, and his I forgot what the podcast is, but it'll be below. But what the dude was talking about, how like Lil Wayne does the simple stuff, and because he does like the just the similes and metaphors, like right, like as or whatever. Like hip hop was past that already, but all of a sudden Lil Wayne do it, and all of a sudden it's just fire. And he's saying that just goes to show like what was out there at the time. And I don't know, because really for me, I didn't start like getting into Lil, because I was always like, I'm in the South, so I listen to hot, right, just on the radio, listen to Hot Boys. Matter of fact, listen to all the Lil Wayne features he was on, like in the early 2000s. But then later around the late 2000s and then around 2010, for me, that's when I got really into Lil Wayne. Now I want to say, whichever, I don't know which Carter was around it. I want to say the Carter 4 or the Carter 5, where a Millie was on. It had to be whichever one was Millie was on. I would say that was simple. Like a Millie was simple, but a Millie was a freestyle, and a lot of times Lil Wayne just be freestyling, and I'll give it to him. Like, he don't be writing nothing down, which is why he sounds simplistic. Because when you're trying to complicate shit, and you're trying to be extra technical. Like now we're going into because he does a lot of allusions. He does a lot of similes and metaphors. And I would say he does some alliteration, right? But it's, like people aren't going like that in depth, like as far as like, now doing allegories or now, right? You just, now you're doing like an extended metaphor. Like people aren't going that depth if they're not writing it down, and Lil Wayne don't write. Which I would say he's, as far as being a song, creating songs, he actually is pretty good. But as far as being like the most technical rapper, I wouldn't put him up there. Although some people put Lil Wayne as a technical rapper, I just wouldn't personally. But I would put him more in the realm of being a great writer, even just being on the spot, just rapping on the spot. A great writer and a great freestyler. Because you ain't gonna tell me when he was in the basement on Rap City that he wasn't fire. You ain't gonna tell me that. I think Lil Wayne could benefit from doing more writing. Like if he wrote his stuff down, and as amazing as he is freestyling, I would think like he would be a million times better than a lot of people give him credit for. But yeah, I just want to share that. I wanted to share my thoughts on this video. It's funny, and again, I can't necessarily say I disagree, but I'm not going to necessarily say I agree all the way. But that's just a little bit of what I got to say. But I'll catch y'all later.